With profound humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 4 of 4.
Etc.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
When we go into higher dimensions, we will see different saintly beings of a higher order of intelligence. They might have gone to the higher worlds to teach others, or they might be prepared to teach us in the near future. And they have greater intelligence and more scientific wisdom than us. They live in higher worlds and a higher so-called civilization. What their civilization is, we cannot imagine with our own limited human brain. We can only perceive when we go within by meditation, by deep contemplating. And this way we can offer you through the Kuan Yin method.
Please stay with us for this enlightening lecture.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
They need you. The animals need you. So step up. Step up and be there for them.
Today's program will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Russian, Spanish, Telugu, Thai, and Ukrainian or Uranian. Bangladesh is known as South Asia's greenest jewel with interlocking waterways and a rich cultural heritage. When visiting this ancient land, try greeting the kind locals with Apni Kamun Achen, which means how are you in Bengali, the official language of Bangladesh. Gentle viewers, I am Abdul. The faith-loving Bengalis are thankful for nature's abundant blessings and praise God for all the good things in life. May everyone follow the benevolent vegan lifestyle for a kinder and more peaceful world.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
At the northeast corner of the Indian subcontinent is the ancient land now known as Bangladesh, situated between India and Myanmar. First settled over 4,000 years ago, the modern state of Bangladesh was formed in 1971. This distinguished country's many mosques and Hindu temples speak of the population's spiritual side. Elegant buildings such as the 60-dome mosque have been preserved since the 15th century. Bangladesh is also home to 18 national parks and reserves. These have been established with the goal of restoring biodiversity and protecting populations of animal people such as peacock, black panther, clouded leopard, and the endangered western hulock gibbon people. Bangladeshi culture is very harmonious. The people are courteous and friendly, with a famously welcoming attitude that is loved by visitors. The country also has a rich tradition of song and dance, with music played on unique instruments like the single-stringed ektara, one of the oldest monochord instruments known.
Stop killing Ukrainian and Russian. Stop war. Make peace now.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. She has been invited to lecture on the Kuan Yin method of meditation throughout the world. We now invite you to view Walk the Way of Love, an introduction to Supreme Master Ching Hai.
We'll search high and low for a little love to bestow on all beings in all corners of existence. Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, as she has affectionately become known, lives a message that walks the way of love. A renowned humanitarian, artist, and spiritual visionary, her love and assistance has extended beyond all cultural and racial boundaries to people around the world, the needy and homeless, institutions of medical research, war veterans, the disadvantaged, the physically and mentally handicapped, refugees, and victims of natural disasters, etc. We witness countless reminders of the compassion, the trademark of this caring lady, and the international foundation that has grown out of her loving example.
Whatever we can share, begin with sharing. And then we will feel a subtle change in ourselves. More love will be pouring into our consciousness, and we will be aware of something. And that is the beginning. We are here to learn to grow, as well as to learn to use our power, our limitless power of love and creativity, in order to make a better world wherever we happen to be incarnated. Don't worry, I pray for you, okay, honey?
Not only are human beings the blessed beneficiaries of her kindness, animal people from different species are also the recipients of her boundless benevolence.
You okay, boy? You okay? Yeah, come on, baby. Hey, look at you. Oh, quack. You happy? Quack. Hello, you grow so big now, you. Bon appetito. I love you. Good appetite. This is one of the reasons why we should be vegan. Love for all beings, extending love.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was born in Central Laoc, or Vietnam. During her early years, she was often found helping hospital patients, the needy, as well as injured animal people in whichever way she could. As a young adult, she moved to Europe to study and continued there as a translator for the Red Cross. She soon discovered that pain and suffering exist in all corners of the globe, and her search for the remedy to this became the foremost goal in her life. She was happily married at the time to a German doctor, and although it was an extremely difficult decision for both of them, her husband agreed to a separation. She then embarked on what became a 2-year-plus journey in search for spiritual understanding. Finally, in the deepest reaches of the Himalayas in India, she found an enlightened master who imparted to her the Kuan Yin method, a meditation method on the inner heavenly light and sound. After a period of practice, she became fully enlightened. Soon after her return from the Himalayas, at the earnest request of those around her, Supreme Master Ching Hai shared the Kuan Yin method with others, encouraging them to look within to find their own greatness. Through the Kuan Yin method of meditation, they also attained greater fulfillment, happiness, and peace. Before long, invitations arrived from the United States, etc.
I saw that I was everywhere and in every creature.
Europe,
To see God is very, very simple.
Asia,
All religions tell you be a good person here and find heaven while you can.
Australia,
We are the sons and daughters of God. We are ourselves, the Supreme Master.
Africa,
I will show you how to get direct teaching.
and South America,
And keep the commandments and try to lead a more vegan life.
as well as from important organizations for Supreme Master Ching Hai to give lectures.
The peace and love that we most often talk about and seek, we have within ourselves.
You must look inside and find your own treasure and find the real lasting happiness.
The future is in our hands. So you make it beautiful or you make it worse. It's up to you.
Supreme Master Ching Hai has realized many spontaneous talents that she expresses through artistic paintings and creations, music and poetry, and aesthetic jewelry and clothing designs, expressing the inner and outer beauty. The income generated from her artistic creations has enabled Supreme Master Ching Hai to create an independent source of funding for humanitarian activities in support of her noble mission of assisting God's children in their times of need. Although she does not seek acknowledgement of any kind, Supreme Master Ching Hai has been given awards worldwide by government officials and private organizations on numerous occasions. They include the World Peace Award, the World Spiritual Leadership Award, the Award for Promotion of Human Rights, the World Citizen Humanitarian Award, the Award for Outstanding Public Service to Mankind, the 2006 Gusi Peace Prize, the Los Angeles Music Week Certificate of Commendation, and first place silver for the 27th Annual Telly Awards 2006. In addition, October 25th and February 22nd have been proclaimed as the Supreme Master Ching Hai Day in the United States.
She also brings love around the world where there is hate. She brings hope where there is despair. And she brings understanding where there is misunderstanding. She is the light of a great person, an angel of mercy for all of us.
Agradecer a la Suprema Maestra su liderazgo, agradecerle su optimismo, agradecerle ese don de gente que tiene que la hace tan única y tan especial.
Una impresión muy grata de ver un corazón tan noble, tan dispuesto a servir. Ella está sirviendo a todos los seres humanos, está sirviendo al planeta para salvarlo, para rescatarlo. Tiene un corazón noble, pero también un gran liderazgo. Sé que van a suceder las cosas que tienen que suceder.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is one of the truly dedicated people of this era, helping others find and create a beautiful vision of our future. Many great people in history have had a dream, and in her own words, so does Supreme Master Ching Hai.
I dream that all the world will become peaceful. I dream that everyone becomes the Buddha. I dream that all the killing will stop. I dream that all the children will walk in peace and harmony. I dream that all the nations shake hands with each other, protect each other, and help each other.
I dream that our beautiful planet will not be destroyed. It takes billions, trillions of years to produce this planet, and it's so beautiful, so wonderful. I dream that it will continue, but in peace, beauty, and love.
War? Don't worry. All able, good men will die. Only widows remain. No more family.
Not much of a country.
Collapsed economy.
Not much to worry. Good, hey?
The United States has been graced on many occasions with visits from Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan. In 1989, in response to the earnest longing of spiritual truth seekers, she traveled to the country to impart her wisdom and insights. In this illuminating lecture, Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan sheds light on various topics such as relying on the inner power for self-discipline amid societal pressures, discovering humility through wisdom, overcoming the fear of death, and the essence of true meditation. We now invite you to join us for part 3 of this enlightening lecture titled Discover Real Meditation Through Transmission by a Real Master, given by Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan in San Francisco, California, USA on May 25, 1989.
Peace for Ukraine or you reign.
We believe in what the church and the priests tell us. We are sinful. Without Jesus, we will go to hell. If Jesus comes back again, he will cry his soul out because his teaching has been distorted and tortured into such a sense, into such a shape. And he did cry. He does cry. He's crying. Some of my disciples meditate and contact Jesus inside. He's now not on the earth plane. He works in a higher dimension, that's all. Jesus never died. His body only disappeared on earth, but his soul body is everlasting, is always existing. He's only working in another dimension with higher intelligent people, easier to teach than ours. I'm sorry, again, too straightforward is no good. But that's what he told me. Anyhow, I'm sorry. You don't need to believe that. Yeah, it's difficult to tell the truth sometimes. Yeah, you must forgive my straightforward way. Anyhow, some of my disciples meditate, and because they were born Catholic, Catholic believers, so naturally they will contact Jesus or Maria. And lately, 2 weeks ago, when I was in Taiwan still, she came to me and told me Jesus was crying. And I said, why is that? She said, because he thinks his children believing in his name are going down to the lower scale of existence. only believing in his name, but not knowing the way to reach him. Therefore, they get no liberation. And then he cries because of his children's ignorance and because of the harm the false belief has done to them. And of course, when I heard this, I also wanted to cry. And my tears did not flow out, it only flowed inside. And that's even more painful. Because I don't know what else can I do to fulfill his left behind mission for him, that he would stop crying. You see, once you have left this physical world, even if you were a very high master, you cannot help the physical beings anymore, except through inner communication, which is very difficult to reach by most human beings, except by some exceptional persons who have a kind of telepathy, inborn nature, or by their own previous life practicing. They are left with some psychic power or the inner communication ability. You understand what I mean? Or we might call this the sixth sense or the seventh sense, the higher dimension understanding. Then you may even see Jesus without practicing any prior meditation. Some of them are very receptive. And when they are in the most sincere moment and pray to him, then they might contact him now and again. Or they might contact the Buddha or the saints of the past. This happens. It doesn't mean very often though. But if we practice our method, it's very sure we can see these things. And we can learn from them a great deal of things. That's how we learn more about the truth. Not by word of mouth, not by any preaching or doctrines, but by self-intuition, self-learning. When we go into higher dimensions, we will see different saintly beings of a higher order of intelligence. They might have gone to the higher worlds to teach others, or they might be prepared to teach us in the near future. And they have greater intelligence and more scientific wisdom than us. They live in higher worlds and a higher so-called civilization. What their civilization is, we cannot imagine with our own limited human brain. We can only perceive when we go within by meditation, by deep contemplating. And this way we can offer you through the Kuan Yin method. This is called the method of immediate enlightenment. Now you may have heard a lot about enlightenment methods, and I do agree that there are quite a few ways to enlightenment. But the highest one is the only road, and you go a different way, then you must go through there, and then you go up. And this way is through the inner light and the inner vibration. The vibration, yesterday I told you, is what the Bible says is the Word. That in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, but the Word was God. With God, but was God. So this is what in the Tao Te Ching they say, Tao bu ke Tao, Ming bu ke Ming. The name you cannot name. This is the word in the Bible. And the sharp in the Hindu scriptures. And the Kuan Yin, or what you call the sound hearing method of the Buddhist canons. In the Buddhist scriptures, the Buddha said that the best and the only way to reach Buddhahood is through contemplating the inner sound, or the sound stream, But in the Bible, it doesn't say how you contemplate. It only states that you must go within and listen to the inner sound. 梵文文自心. You go within and contemplate your own nature. So now we are confused as to what is meant by our own nature. Our own nature, if we refer to the Bible, is very easy to understand. When we refer both back and forth, we can understand each other very quickly. What is our own nature? That means we are born from it. Is that not so? The self-nature means we are born from that. That means our own nature. It's like the nature of this table is wood. We can say so. It's understandable for everyone. We can say it's made of wood, but its nature is wood. It's like that. Now, our self-nature is what? If the Buddha tells us to go within and listen to the self-nature or the sound stream, that means our self-nature is a kind of sounding, it's kind of vibration. And now in the Bible, it also says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Then this sound, this word, is our self-nature. Because everything was made by this word, and there's nothing made that is not made by this. So we know from the Bible that everything was made by the vibration, by this word or sound or inner vibration. And Buddha say the same. Listen to your own self-nature by turning your hearing inward. Now, to turn your hearing inward and hear your self-nature, there must be some sounds to hear. Otherwise, he would tell you, turn your toe inward and feel your own nature, no? Or turn your hand inside and scratch your own nature. No, he said, turn your hearing. Turn your hearing inward and hear your self-nature. And the Bible also does not say you are made of anything. It says everything was made by this word. Word is something sounding, something vibrating. Because of the language barrier, sometimes we use it so differently. The old ancient word means vibration. That's it. Just like in the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu said, the name which cannot be named, but you can hear it without ears. You can see it without eyes. Is this the same thing all over again? All the Bible scriptures mention the same, this vibration, the origin of all things. So we know that the inborn nature, our self-nature or Buddha nature, is the word. It's the sound, it's the vibration. So the only remaining question is how to contact this inborn nature or God, because the word was God. Everything was made by it, and there's nothing made that's not made by it. So now, because also in the Bible it is saying, God made man in his own image. So we have some clue now. Is it not so? Everything was made by the Word, and the Word was God. And then God made man in his own image. So there's no doubt 2 and 2 is 4. God is that Word. And the Word is our origin. And we and the Word are the same. We and God are the same. We and God are the same because God made man in his own image. And then in the other side, the Word. Everything came from this Word. The Word was God. So, can you understand now? You see now? Is it clear enough or not? Sleeping? Then we sleep together. If I speak not so lousy, then respond. Because we are studying together, not that I am preaching to you. Understand that? We are all the same nature. Everything was made by God, or this word, or this self-nature. So do not make me a God and sit there like statues and waiting for me to preach to you some high-reaching sermon or things like that. It is very scary. We should become equal in order to understand each other and cooperate in order to communicate. Yeah. I do not like to sit like a guru and such a big deal, make a fuss out of everything. I sincerely want to discuss with you our questions, our problems, which I had before and which I know you now carry in your heart. And if I have discovered something new, I will tell you. And if it's incorrect, you may tell me. If you know something better, later you can also tell me. Yeah, this is a better atmosphere like that.
Russia, go home, now.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. American Samoa is one of them. American Samoa Code Annotated, ASCA. All structures or enclosures for animal people must be kept clean. Not doing so is a misdemeanor with a penalty of 15 days imprisonment and a $300 fine. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
Vegan side effect. You'll be illegal in hell.
Tomorrow on Words of Wisdom.
The temperature, the movement in the earth, and the combination of the oceans, the atmosphere, temperature, and movement make all things become existent in the ocean. So similarly, the vibration arises in God's blissful ocean of mercy and love. And then all things combined with the force of nature. There are two forces then that arise. Any movement will kind of create a force or two forces. One is pro and one is contra. And so this negativity and positivity, when they are mixed together or somehow integrated with each other, then they create the third thing. And that's how all things came into existence.
Virtuous viewers, thank you for your presence today for Words of Wisdom. Please join us again tomorrow for Discover Real Meditation Through Transmission by a Real Master, Part 4 of 11. Coming up next is Playing for Freedom, The Journey of a Young Afghan Violist by Zarifa Adiba, Part 1 of 2, right after Noteworthy News. May World Vegan, World Peace soon become a reality for all to enjoy.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven, Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Műsoraink sok nyelvet tartalmaznak. Kérjük, tekintse meg itt suprememastertv.com/schedule és suprememastertv.com/WOW.